So Twitter was pretty up in arms the other week about this play right here.
How about the spin to yourself? I thought I was seeing things when it really happened, but that was some kind of...
Well, I'll see your little ball flip for a routine ground out and raise you a between the legs double play. That's banana ball, boys, and that's what we're talking about today. I made a video a few weeks ago about the MLB and their new rules for the 2023 season, trying to make the game faster and more appealing to a wider audience. And for the most part, I think it's been great. But if you're still fed up with the unwritten rule breaking and the uptight MLB fans, look no further than the Savanah Bananas and their version of baseball, banana ball. Now, I've heard about the Savanah Bananas and how they can do crazy stunts in the middle of a game to make things more entertaining for the crowd. I mostly thought it was TikTok dances and whatnot, but come to find out it's actually umpires twerking on opposing players. No, but in all seriousness, I had no idea they actually play their own brand of baseball. And reading about it, it's actually pretty awesome. With every additional rule that I read about, things just got more absurd. And I figured some of you might not be aware of everything that banana ball has to offer. So let's quickly break down what makes it so different from traditional baseball and why it is so amazing. So getting right into it, the first two rules are honestly nothing crazy, but still something new. Rule number 1, winning the inning gets you a point, kind of like match play in golf. Rule number 2 is a 2-hour time limit. No new innings after the 1 hour 50-minute mark. And simple enough, you got to keep people entertained without things dragging on too long. I have no problems with it. Now, rule number 3 is where things start to get interesting. If the batter steps out of the box, it's a strike. This sets up an extremely fast pace of play. And quick pitches like these
To the top of the order we go, and leaving the strike zone is Jose Bermudez, who reached on an air...
are always a possibility. Moving on, rule number 4 is no bunting. And you might be thinking, okay, so if you try to bunt, you get a strike, something like that. Nah, you actually get ejected from the game. A truly insane rule, but I have to keep reminding myself this isn't baseball.
This is banana ball!
Now, number 5, the hitter can steal first base at any time. Basically, if the hitter is ballsy enough, he can just take off to first whenever he feels like it. Obviously, this isn't going to be a very smart play most of the time, but on passed balls, things could get really fun. Now, number 6 is no walks. So basically on ball 4, the runner takes off and every defensive player needs to touch the ball before it's live. And in that time, the hitter can advance to as many bases as possible. Now this gets really interesting late in games with runners on base. If you have someone on second in scoring position, a walk is just as good as a shot to the gap in right center field. And it just creates more chaos and more drama down the stretch. Coming in at number 7, no mound visits. Pretty self-explanatory. Number 8, if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out, putting a whole new meaning on home field advantage. I mean, the visiting team is basically up against 5,000 outfielders. And last but not least, the showdown tiebreaker. This is basically extra innings if the game is tied at the end. Now, if necessary, this can go up to 3 rounds. During this time, the hitter must always score or it's the other team's at bat. In the first row of the showdown, the defense gets a pitcher, a catcher, and 1 fielder. If it goes to the next round, then the defense only gets a pitcher and a catcher. And if we make it all the way to round 3, then the defense gets a pitcher, a catcher, and a fielder, but the offense gets bases loaded, and a home run is an automatic walk-off at any time. And as wild as these rules are, it's meant to be goofy and fun for everyone involved at the stadium. And they're obviously doing something right, as every game this season is already sold out. And at first glance, I, like many, dubbed them the Globetrotters of baseball. But after watching a few games online, this is different than that. This is legitimate competition. They don't just win every night. The party animals and other kind of lower level professional teams put up a good fight. And I think that's part of what makes this so appealing to a huge audience and why I think it will continue to grow. I also think they're doing a lot of things right by live streaming the games on YouTube for a much larger audience to watch. They've made a fan out of me, and I definitely need to put a trip to Banana Land on my bucket list. But let me know what you guys think of Banana Ball down in the comments section, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.